Welcome to Portico, LPC's new web-based application portal, making it easier than ever to submit applications for work on designated landmark properties. In this tutorial, we'll guide you through starting a new application, adding project team members, uploading materials describing your project, signing and submitting your application, checking on application status, starting a post-approval action. In order to log into Portico, you need to first create an NYC ID. After you have created the NYC ID, you can log in with that email and password. When logging in for the first time, you'll be prompted to complete your Portico profile. Once logged in, you'll see your personalized dashboard. From here you can start an application, apply for a post-approval action, and search for permit applications. You can also view the status of your applications, including ones that are in draft form, submitted, and completed and issued. Once you've submitted an application, anything that is awaiting your approval will also appear here. From the Portico dashboard, you can also access helpful resources such as our FAQs, permit guidebook, rules, and more. To get started on a new application, we're going to click on Start an Application from the menu on the upper left corner of your screen. On the next screen, you'll be prompted to select whether your building has an address, block and lot, or a bin, which will be the case for most properties, or whether it does not have an address, block and lot, or bin. Landmark properties without addresses, block and lots, or bins may be lampposts, parkways, etc. In this scenario, we're going to select My property has an address, block and lot, or bin. On this page, you'll see the 6 easy steps to submitting a complete application. Please read over them carefully. Here, you'll also find a link to our Discover NYC Landmarks map, where you can look up important information about your designated landmark property, such as the address, block and lot, and bin. When you're finished reading this section, click Continue. Step 1. Find my property. On this page, you'll be prompted to enter either the address, borough, block, and lot, or bin of your property. Again, LPC's Discover NYC Landmarks map is linked here as a resource if you need it. In this scenario, we're going to search by address. Select Search when done. One or more properties may come up in the search. Select the correct property, then click Continue. Step 2. Contact information. On this page, you will input contact information for all team members related to this application. Your information, which you entered when you set up your profile, will auto-populate here, and you will be automatically listed as the applicant. Click View under the Actions column to see all your information auto-populated here. Please note that you cannot edit from the viewing window. You can see you will automatically be listed as the applicant on this screen too. To add a new team member, click Add Team Member in the top right-hand corner. Please note that all team members will be required to create an NYC ID in order to use Portico, and that the email you entered from here must match the email connected to their NYC ID. Once you've added all members of your applicant team, you can either edit their information by clicking the 3 dots under the Actions column, then click Edit. All applications must include the owner as a team member and must identify the primary contact. This can be the same person. The primary contact will be the main source of correspondence, between LPC staff and your applicant team. In this scenario, we're going to imagine that the applicant is also the owner and primary contact. When you've finished, click Continue in the bottom right-hand corner of the pop-up screen. Once you've finished adding all team members and their information, click Continue in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Step 3. My Application Assignment. Next, you'll be taken through My Application Assignment, a wizard that will ask you a series of simple questions directing you to the correct application process and providing direction on the materials required. Once you've answered all the questions, Portico will automatically tell you what type of services you qualify for: Standard, Fast Track, Expedited Certificate of No Effect, or Business Express. In this scenario, we're going to imagine that we're applying for restoration work on the primary facade. The sequence of questions Portico asks you will vary depending on how you answer each question. In this scenario, our work qualifies for standard service. The bottom of the screen prompts you to provide any additional information, such as an apartment floor, if applicable. You will also need to indicate whether or not you're filing with any other city agencies. In this scenario, we are going to imagine that we're applying for restoration work on the primary facade, and we'll select that we're filing with the Department of Buildings. When you're done, click Continue. Step 4. Upload documents. This next section is where you'll be able to upload all of the documents in support of your application, including drawings, photographs, or other materials. It is very important that you review the LPC Permit Application Guidebook linked on this page and other resources in advance to make sure you are providing the specific materials needed for the staff to understand and assess each aspect of your proposal. Portico accepts the file types listed here, including PDF, JPEG, PNG, and more. Please note each file cannot exceed 300 megabytes, and LPC cannot accept password-protected files or non-flattened files, such as PDFs with multiple layers. Also, photos taken on an iPhone need to be converted to JPEGs or other compatible formats before uploading. HEIC files cannot be uploaded. To upload a file, click Select Files. You can also drag and drop files if you prefer. Once you've selected a file, you will see it appear in the box. You can also add additional files by clicking on the button on the bottom left. Once you've selected your files, click Submit to upload your files. If you still need to add more files, you can click Add More Files in the bottom right. When you've finished, click Continue to move on to the next screen. Step 5. Upload Documents Confirmation. Here, you'll see all of the successfully uploaded documents in support of your application. If any files are missing, you can click the Back button in the bottom right-hand corner to return to the previous page to check the size, format, and the name of your files. When you have all of your materials uploaded, click Continue. Step 6. Overview. Please review all information on the overview page to ensure all content is accurate and complete. If you need to edit any information, click the Edit button in the top right of each section. If everything is correct, keep scrolling down. If you, the person filling out the application, are the owner, you will now be prompted at the bottom of this page to begin signing the attestation by clicking on the bottom in the lower right. If you are not the owner, you'll be prompted to send the application to the owner to sign the attestation. In this scenario, we're imagining the applicant and owner are the same person, so we'll click Sign Attestation. On this screen, the owner will review their information. Once you've confirmed everything is correct, click Continue. On this page, the owner must indicate whether there is a facade easement on the property. A facade easement is a legal agreement between a private owner and a non-profit organization, such as the New York Landmarks Conservancy or Trust of Architectural Easements, for the purpose of protecting the architectural character of a historic building's facade in exchange for a financial benefit. Facade easement are rare and most owners will select no to answer this question. Click Continue. On this page, the owner completes the attestation by checking the box to indicate that they've reviewed and understand the statements and certify it is correct. Typing your name below constitutes your signature as the owner and affirms the statement. Please note, in co-op or condominium buildings, the owner is the authorized representative of the co-op corporation or condominium association. A co-op or condominium unit owner can act as the owner only if the work is limited to interior alterations, or if the work is exterior and the unit owner has the authority to perform that work under corporative or proprietary lease on the condominium plan. When you're done, click Continue. The owner will review their entries in each section for accuracy one last time before submitting the application to Landmarks Preservation Commission. If you need to edit any information, click the Edit button on the top right of each section. Once the owner confirms everything is correct, click Submit to LPC in the bottom right-hand corner. Congratulations! You have now submitted a new application to the Landmarks Preservation Commission through Portico. You can track the progression of your application under My Applications. Click Return to Dashboard. Your submitted application will appear under the Submitted tab. You can see the application details and current status by clicking View under the Actions column. The primary contact for this application will receive an email when any action is taken on the application, such as a request for additional materials, called a materials checklist, or the issuance of an approved document, such as permit and drawings. Anyone on the applicant team can log in with their credentials and check the status of their application, or upload additional requested materials throughout the review process. After receiving an approved permit from LPC, you may want or need to request post-approval action for that permit. Post-approval actions include extending or amending a permit, submitting your final drawings for a certificate of appropriateness, or requesting a sign-off, or, as we call it, a notice of compliance. You can start a post-approval action by clicking this button on your Portico dashboard. Next, you'll select which type of post-approval action you'd like to apply for. In this example, we're imagining we're requesting an amendment to a previously issued permit. After selecting the post-approval action you'd like to apply for, you'll be prompted to enter the LPC docket number on the previous approval you're seeking the post-approval action for. If you don't have the docket number for the approval you're seeking the post-approval action on, click Find My Docket Number. You'll be prompted to use your online search function to look it up. After entering your docket number in Portico, don't worry if Portico says it is unable to find your docket number you've entered, as it may have originated prior to the launch of this portal. Portico will still guide you through applying for a post-approval action. Click Continue. From here on, follow the prompts in Portico, which are similar to those used to start a new application. That concludes this tutorial of how to get started in Portico. Please feel free to reach out with any questions.